I'm setting my skillet to it's a number 6. It's mediums here, high is here, mediums 4, and high is 8. So we're going to set this to 6. And I know it can be difficult to stay healthy, I should say to cook healthy all the time. So I'm constantly looking for extremely easy dishes that I can get together really fast. So that's what I'm showing you today. I've got this is coconut oil, and we're gonna let that thaw. Actually, I probably should have preheated the skillet and then added the oil, but this is what I did. I am going to use 4 eggs in this omelet. And since it's gonna be filled with a lot of deliciousness, this will wind up being 2 meals for me. I'll be able to split this omelet in half and put something with it, like maybe some roasted broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Or if I'm not that hungry, I might just eat it as is. You don't have to do this step. You could, but if you want to kind of thin out your egg mixture a bit, you can add some water. This is about 1.5 tablespoons. You could use milk as well if you cook with milk. And then just gonna lightly scramble these in the bowl. Now that my kids are, well, not all my kids live here anymore because they're grown, and definitely none of them have been small for a while. I think I should upgrade, and I could probably finally do away with these plastic bowls after all these years. This is my red pepper, green pepper, onion, and mushroom mixture. It's already cooked. I could use it as is, but these are some pretty big pieces, as you can see, so we're just gonna chop them up a little bit. And this is just to make the vegetables a little smaller. It doesn't have to be I don't have to chop them down to any particular size. I just want you to see how quickly you can get a meal together. I mean, you could truly not do this chopping and it would still be fine. Okay, now we have more bite-sized vegetables to add to our omelet. Wow, look at this oil. It is definitely hot. And I also probably could have used about half as much oil as I put in here. I actually removed a bit of the oil. My pan is already nonstick, and no reason eating that extra oil if you don't need it. So I just removed a bit, but you probably would only need maybe half a tablespoon of oil. I have a couple caveats here. I have never made a pretty looking omelet in my life. And I have made so many omelets. So I'm just letting you know right now, it's not going to be pretty. Oh, look at that. And there's an eggshell. Do you see that? I'm glad I caught that before I started cooking. Never made a pretty omelet. Try my best not to have eggshells. Now I'm feeling paranoid. I'm trying to look around and see. But let's go ahead. Just gonna keep moving the egg mixture around. And then letting the liquid run off to the side. Can you see that okay? See how I do that and then I kind of tilt it? I'm just doing this with the assumption that you don't know how to make omelets, but you may have already made plenty of omelets. Also, because my skillet, was so hot, my omelet's already brown on the outside. But we shall let nothing deter us. I am going to turn my heat down to medium, though. Just did that. Okay, so now we're going to add our vegetables. I feel like I can add all of these. If I don't add them, they'll wind up not getting eaten. Potentially, they might just wind up hanging out in my fridge. Of course, cheese is optional. I just have a bit of sharp cheese. Let's hope for the best. I'm gonna see if I can flip this onto itself, or flip this one half on over to the other half. Ooh, I did it. That is a very brown omelet. I'm gonna turn the temperature down to 4. Now it's like between low, it's like a little bit before medium. And this is mostly cooked already, but I do need it to cook a little while longer. What I would suggest doing is turning the heat down, and if you have a top, which I'm looking to see if I have a top. If you have a top, you can put it on here, and you just want this on here for a couple minutes so that the little bit of the egg that's still on the inside that isn't cooked all the way can finish up cooking. All right, this is where it gets scary, but I'm going to try to flip it. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely should have turned the temperature down on this egg, but still going to taste good. All right, it's the moment of truth. See if I can get this onto my plate. That wasn't too hard. Let's take a look at this. Like I said, I've never made a pretty omelet. And a lot of the time my omelets are this brown, but you could, if you adjust the temperature down, you could have your omelets more yellow if you prefer. I'm going to cut this in half. And let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it did cook all the way through, as you can see. And it is jam-packed with vegetables. And there's a good amount of cheese in there too. I guess I'll eat this half first and save the other half for later. Doesn't look like there's any cheese. Oh, actually, I think there is some cheese here. Can you see that? Most of my vegetables fell off, but I'm trying here. The egg's a little soft on the inside, which is fine by me. Wow, this is good. The peppers are really what's making this omelet delicious. I might not have gotten any mushroom in my bite. So let me try to see if I can get some mushroom this time. It's not going to be cute, but let's get some mushroom. Wow, this is delicious. And now I taste the cheese too. You could have all of this come together in a very short period of time in your kitchen.